Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the ordinary daily version of the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast. My name is Scott. I'll be your host today. It is Monday, July 22nd. We are 6 days away from Ironman Lake Placid, which means I'm halfway into tapering. It's been a kind of a weird experience, this tapering cycle. I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to say what my frame of mind has been. Tapering's different, I think, for everybody. But everyone kind of goes through this it's like a mental change, right? Because you're used to sitting here and training every day and putting forth maximum effort on a more, not every workout, but a lot of workouts. You're extending your runs, you're pushing harder, you're going faster, and all of a sudden now you're not, right? So now I'm doing my strength training and I'm pulling the weights off instead of putting them on. Now I am getting on the bike and I'm dialing the speed down instead of dialing it up. When I run, I'm running shorter distances, not longer, and I'm not doing any kind of sprint workout intervals or hills or anything like that. It is a very strange change when you're to go from training and trying to make yourself better to tapering and trying to get that recovery to make sure that you're not now. Part of it's the problem is that you need the recovery to be in maximum condition when you race. But when you're recovering, sometimes you kind of lose that mindset, that competitiveness, that thing that you're used to, right? You're used to just going full speed all the time, and now that's just gone, and you're kind of just moseying through and making it from step to step and trying to prepare mentally, I guess, sometimes. But sometimes you don't even, I think Saturday I barely even thought about Ironman. Barely even thought about it. I did think about it when I was ordering food. I've been trying to eat healthier just to be ready, not load myself up with bad food and things of that nature. The race is kind of I don't know. It's weird. I'm wondering if you wonder if tapering, the recovery phase, it feels like you're losing. We talk about consistency, being consistent with your workouts. So yeah, look, I've been doing workouts. I did I actually woke up yesterday and my foot was killing me. Don't ask me why. It's one of those things where I went to bed, everything was fine, and then I got up and the top of my foot hurt. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't. If I woke up with this injury, I would have still raced with it. It's not that bad. It's just annoying to have and to wonder if it's going to get worse or get better over the next week. So I decided instead of doing a run like I was supposed to, I did the elliptical for 50 minutes. It feels a little bit better today, but whatever. It's just one of those annoying things. My arm hurts today. I don't know why. I'm getting old. Things hurt. I didn't do my strength training yesterday, which I was supposed to do. It just kind of fell out of the day. I got to do it today, and then I got to do it again on Thursday before we leave. So, and again, this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll definitely hear from me. Thursday, maybe not. It depends if I get up early. Got a big day. Haven't even started packing yet, which is not good. I got to be on this packing thing. It's got to start today. I don't know. All in all, it's I'm kind of in this, am I an athlete? Am I not? What's going on? I go through and I don't want to be on that starting line like I was a couple weeks ago at the 70.3, wondering if I belong, right? I got to get over that. That's a silly way to think. And I got to tell you, the one way that I've started to look at things and because I've been wondering, am I prepared? Did I do enough? And one of the things I've been looking at is, and I think I mentioned this last week, was the mileage that I've ridden. So since October, when I started on Zwift, I've ridden over 2,050 miles on Zwift. I've done over 500 miles in outdoor bike rides. That's a lot of work. Zwift tells me I did over 100,000 feet of hills. That's a lot of work. All right. And I just think, when I look at that body of work and knowing that the bike is my weakness, I don't think I could have prepared any better than I did for the bike. The swim, I probably could have done some more. I started to take the swim for granted a little bit the last couple of years. And look, I made it out of the water last year at like 135. I made it out of the water at the 70.3. I made it out in 40 minutes. I think I'm going to be around 125, 130 for the water. The bike is a different animal. And again, I don't want to go through this and set some time goals. One of the things I'm trying to think about, and I was thinking about it a little bit over the weekend, is, how long do I think this is going to take me to finish? And maybe instead of sitting here thinking about, am I going to finish and wondering if I'm good enough or if I did enough, maybe I should set that time goal. My PR in these things, it was in Maryland. I think it was like 15:35 or something like that. Then I went and I did the 70.3. I did that in a little over 7 hours. Say, call it 7:10. And again, rule of thumb, double it, add 40 minutes. That's 15 hours. 15 hours sounds like a pretty darn good number to hit and aim for. It's an enterprising PR to beat my prior Ironman time by 30 minutes on a hilly course. Could it be done? I don't know. That's not the point. The point is, instead of jumping on that finish line and wondering if I'm going to finish, to have the frame of mind of I'm going to go get that 15 hours. And then, you know what? If I just miss it, well then, geez, I still finish. A goal, B goal, right? A goal, B goal. So maybe that's the frame of mind I need to go into. Maybe that's a problem that I didn't do last year because I just showed up and was like, let's see how far we can get. That's not a good frame of mind. So, I've been messing around with things of that nature, trying to figure out what frame of mind to take to the starting line and be mentally prepared for that moment so that I'm not just sitting there wondering what to think of, thinking I don't belong. I do belong. I've done the work. Yes, there are some things that I wish would be a little bit different. I wish I'd be 20 pounds lighter. I wish I did some more brick workouts. I wish I did a longer bike than 65 miles, but those did not happen. And it's too late for that to change now. I got to rely and trust on the work that I did, the body of work I did. I did a lot. I did a lot of work. And there's plenty of evidence for that. So, now it's that tapering thing. And this is part of the nuts and the anxiety and the craziness that goes on is you just, you go through your body's not used to not training as much, right? Your body's just not used to it. So it sends your brain into places you want to eat, you want to do all of it. It's just a different type of place to be. And you guys probably know this. If you're an endurance runner, you've done more than one marathon, the tapering phase could really play tricks with you. So we'll see how that works, going forward. Want to shout out here quickly to Angela Fillmore, listener to the podcast. She's on the discussion group. She talked on Twitter this morning about that she has a 6K run to do this afternoon. And she feels like she needs a little bit more motivation to get out there and do it. So this is my attempt to motivate Angela Fillmore today. Angela is also the person that called me out for using the J word, jogging, which I apparently used last week. It's still in my vocabulary. It's just not going to leave, It's just not. We talked about this last week, but so let's use that a little bit. I know Angela. Angela's a runner. Angela runs all the time. Angela has been in the ordinary marathon. Angela is a runner. I'll tell you what, Angela, a runner would get home today, put on that running outfit, get out there and do their 6K. That's what they would do. On the other hand, a jogger might go throw some Netflix on, put the running clothes back into the drawer, and do it another time. Maybe get some dinner, have a drink. That's what a jogger would do. So which one are you? Which one are you? Now, right now, you're probably cursing me out. You're probably saying, I can't believe that guy just called me a jogger. I didn't call you a jogger. I gave you the option of being a jogger. And what's going to happen is you're going to get home today and you're going to look at those clothes and you're going to say, I'm not a jogger. I'm a runner. You're going to put them on and you're going to go out and you do your 6K and then you're going to report back to us and you're going to tell us how you did. Accountability. All right. So how's that for your first shout out on the Ordinary Marathoner podcast? I kind of love that. Challenge for Angela. I also want to mention Ben Hinton, who we had on the program last week. Ben did his half marathon on Sunday. Ben did not reach. Well, we kind of knew that the Olympic goal for this race was only going to happen if it was a really, really good day. If it was a perfect day for him, and he didn't have a perfect day. He was a little off. I know he didn't get the time that he wanted, but we're not here to tell Ben that something he already knows. What we're here to do is tell Ben that some days it's not there. Some days you don't get the result you want, and it's not about that. It's not about how you do on race day. It's not about whether or not you achieved. On the day, it is about whether or not you achieved what you set out to do. You're allowed one day to sulk and be upset about it. But the true test of a person is the day after and what you do after you have a bad race. What are you going to do, Ben? You're going to sit there and be sad for yourself? You're going to sit there and throw the running shoes into the closet, maybe not put them back on for a while? You're going to eat a big giant ice cream? You could actually do that. Get some pizza. You got one day. You got one day to think about it. It's about it's about the attitude you take towards it after the fact. You're going to let it beat you? You're going to let it beat you? I don't think it's going to happen to Ben. But we're all here. We're all here to encourage you. You are one of the most encouraging people to everybody else. And so, I know you have lofty goals, and I know that this past race wasn't a great showing for you, but you're gonna pick it up. Knowing you, I know you're gonna pick up the pieces and start again and get ready. You got another big race in November, and maybe we'll have you back on and hear how you're ready for that one. That's it, man. How you gonna attack it today? I have full faith in Ben Hinton for sure. Tomorrow, Denny Cray will be on the podcast. I don't know if I'm going to do it like I did last week where I had a morning podcast and I kind of did the daily. I kind of mixed the daily with the guest with Ben. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we'll probably have two separate ones, but don't quote me on that. So I'm going to have Denny on Tuesday. We're going to talk about his virtual race, the Diz Days of Summer. We're going to talk a little bit about coaching. I'm going to have a lot of questions for him, being as I am moments away from being a certified coach, guys. So I'm going to have a lot to talk about with Diz. What else we got? In terms of the coaching, guys. So this weekend I did CPR. I got my CPR certification, and that's the last box I needed to check off for the coaching certification. So now it's up to USA Triathlon just to kind of go over the things that I did, make sure that everything's in line, and then, send me a little certificate telling me that I'm a certified coach. Maybe we'll frame it. Maybe we can get it up on the wall here somewhere and go and get going with that. I got 2 people lined up already, who I'm going to start coaching, and they're going to be getting ready for the Marine Corps Marathon in October. Really looking forward to that. They're going to be challenging to coach. I'll tell you who they are next week. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm looking forward to it, man. I think the thing I'm looking forward to most is helping people achieve goals and bringing them through the process, because that's the fun part, guys. That's the fun part. And one of the things that I kept thinking about was I do these races and I set myself up for the next goal, the next goal, the next goal. And what happens is now I'm at that, I did that Ironman goal, and it's very hard for me to keep the focus. What I like is achieving. I like achieving that thing you've never achieved. And I feel like I've kind of gotten to this part where after Ironman, I got nothing left. I got no more time. I can't, I would, maybe I'd love to do like a 100-mile race, like a big ultra marathon or something like that. I don't know that I got that kind of time. But I'll tell you what is I really enjoy watching other people achieve their goals. And if my goal if I'm not going to run a marathon and feel the same way that I felt the first time I did it, well, then I want to be there for someone else who does. And I think that that's really cool. That's just a really cool experience for people. And it would be my honor to kind of bring people through finishing their first marathon, triathlon, half Ironman, half marathon, 5K, all that good stuff. Just experiencing those new levels of achievement. I think that's the thing that's my addiction. And whether it's me or somebody else, it doesn't matter. It's all about building and getting to those achievements and just experiencing that. And I think from a coaching perspective, that's something that you can get. You can get that high from just the experience of, having a relationship with someone, a coaching relationship with someone who then achieves those goals. That's what I'm looking forward to most with this coaching. Really looking forward to get that certification and getting going kind of after my big race this weekend. Built out the ordinarymarathon.com site. Check that out. If you haven't registered, go on over to that site, hit that register for 2020 button. We're going to be doing another. I know we have at least one more raffle that's coming probably in September, I think. Talking to Brian Burke. He's building something for us, something really cool. We'll talk about it a little bit more as it gets closer. But that's, that raffle will be given out, I think in September. And, if you want to get involved, get on over to ordinarymarathon.com. Let us know what you think of the new website, and register for the race for 2020. We're going to be donating again to the Sam Fund, which they're doing a little bit of restructuring over there. We'll probably have a little chat with Samantha Watson at some point, just to kind of get the lowdown on what's going on over there. But their grant program and everything that we love about them is still intact. So we're still going to be raising money for them in 2020. Team Ordinary is another concept that we're working on. It's going to kind of coincide with the coaching that we're starting. You don't necessarily need to be coached by me in order to be part of the team. Obviously, we're looking to expand and kind of tighten up. We have so many encouraging people in our group here. We have so many wonderful, amazing people that get out and do the work and just are so inspiring, that I think it's time to just bring them together and be a team. I'm waiting on a whole bunch of new things and I'm trying to build out a Team Ordinary webpage. I want to just a quick shout out to Greasy Girl Headbands, Mary Countryman over there. She, I reached out to her because she's just involved with all of our stuff. And she's just a wonderful, wonderful small business person. Love supporting her brand. I reached out to her. I said, hey, one of the things I want to do for Team Ordinary is I want to reach out to manufacturers and people who have running equipment and see if we can get some discounts for the team members. And right away, she just said, 20%. Here you go. Or the coupon code is Ordinary20 for 20% off from Grease Girl Headbands. That's going to be on the website as we build that out as well. Team Ordinary is going to start. I don't really have a projected open for business date. I'm guessing about a month or two. We'll see. I got to order shirts. I got to order hats. Got to order all kinds of goodies. But it will be worthwhile. That's for sure. And I think that's pretty much it for the day. I got some strength training I need to do today because I took off yesterday. Again, the schedule has gone haywire. I set out a nice schedule last week because I said I didn't have one and I needed one. And the schedule looked great. And I just haven't really lived up to exactly every single specific thing that I was supposed to do, which is a little bit annoying and frustrating. And all it does is when you miss out on something and you're inconsistent, it just throws off your schedule for the rest of the way. And so, looking at it this morning, I was just like, this is a mess. But today I have to do some strength training. I got to get it done in the morning because I'm going to need to do it again on Thursday before we leave. Also have a bike ride tonight. I'm still tinkering with my damn setup, and it's not smart right now. It's not smart right now to be in a spot where you're making small changes before race day because you're not really supposed to do much new on race day. Now, I'm just tinkering. I'm not like throwing major changes. It's just everything's not exactly the way I want it to be. I don't want it. It's not going to be used as an excuse on race day, that's for sure. But I definitely need to get probably 2 or 3 rides in before I leave on Thursday. That being said, packing. That's another thing. Packing, it's basically workouts and packing. Workouts, packing, podcast. Can I make workouts into a P so we can have like a nice little 3 Ps? The 3 Ps. Productivity. How about productivity packing podcast? That works for me. That's how these marketing people make textbooks, right? Anyway, all right, we're gonna call it a day for today. Angela, get out and do your run today, or else we'll be very upset. And remember, every day is an ordinary day unless you make it extraordinary. So get after it today, guys.
Remember to like our video and subscribe to our channel.